Corruption is a cancer that steals from the poor. It eats away the governance and the moral fiber and destroys trust in the process. Harming up. The Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Dean Macpherson, has been caught with his hand in a cookie jar. Macpherson has broken the law by getting involved in tender processes at the IDT. Listen to this. A minister bypassed all the executives and the board at the IDT and sent an email directly to a junior IDT staff member asking her about payment to a white-owned Lone Rock construction company. And by so doing, Macpherson was in violation of a National Treasury Regulations Act and Executive Members Ethics Act. Thanks to EFF that has exposed this.
On to this now. So the EFF has opened a corruption case against a Public Works and Infrastructure Minister, Dean Macpherson, at the Pretoria Central Police Station. The party accuses him of acting beyond his duties by allegedly demanding payment for a contractor from the state-owned Independent Development Trust. Newsroom Africa's Nobile Madlala has more.
It was this email addressed to Independent Development Trust employee that has brought EFF to Pretoria Central Police Station to open a case of corruption against the Minister of Public Works, Dean Macpherson. In the email, the minister is demanding a report from IDT referring to unresolved matters and why this was not done.
He undermined the board, even the DG and everyone who's involved, because his duty and responsibility as a minister is not accounting authority, it's executive authority, meaning that he's got no role in financial and operational matters of any department. But he undermined all of them and wrote an email demanding a payment that it must be made to a company called Lone Rock. And you know that this company, this payment is what we call variations, meaning that it's already the money that is outside the initial scope or budget that was allocated.
Dlamini says the whistleblowers fear for their lives.
It's not a secret of where was the email sent, but we're not saying the email was sent by the recipient. There are a lot of people that were copied there. It came to us as a whistleblower, and all those people must be protected because there's a racist minister who was involved in corruption. We don't know how far it will go, even to put the lives of those workers there in the ITT in danger.
EFF concludes that the minister's actions could be due to pressure mounting from his side.
That's a sign of someone who's got uncontrollable interest, maybe pressure. Maybe he's already taken money from the SA White Construction Company and now he must deliver. That's why he's prepared to violate every rule along the way to make sure that this company gets paid.
What even shocked me further was DA's response. The DA doesn't see anything wrong in all what Macpherson has done. They say, no, there's nothing wrong with this. In fact, Macpherson was just doing his job. Imagine jumping all the executive leadership and the board and go straight into a junior staff member and discussing finances with a junior staff member. And the DA doesn't see anything wrong in all that.
DA has rejected allegations. The party says the EFF is being opportunistic in its communication of the matter. It says those who are undoing corruption are being targeted by smear campaigns, death threats, and every possible means to frustrate efforts.
Minister Macpherson, in his capacity as minister, received an email from the presidency asking about a payment that's overdue to a contractor for more than 20 months. So an email from the presidency. Minister Macpherson then wrote the following on the 9th of December, and I'm going to read that to you. Good day, and he mentions the name. You will appreciate that I don't normally get involved in matters like this, but it appears that commitments have not been executed, and now I am being dragged into this matter. Can I please receive an urgent report on why IDT has not done this and resolved this matter despite assurances this would be done? That is the email. So what we've got here is we've got a minister that received an inquiry from the presidency, and the minister is saying that give me a report. He's not putting undue pressure on anybody. He's just doing his work.
The DA concluded by saying the fight for the future of South Africa, free of corruption, with a rebuilt economy, growth and jobs, is worth every bit of false slander and personal defamation because South Africa is more important. DA will not relent and it will not be intimidated or deterred.
Yima wo. There is no presidency that can allow his ministers to break the law. There are laws that govern the executives and the board. Imagine Cyril, just making an example. Imagine Cyril visits ESCOM and he doesn't go straight into the executives, the Mtetoniatis and all the executive board of ESCOM, and goes straight into technical team, the staff member down there at the bottom, to address the issues, especially issues pertaining finances, jumping all the executive leaders and go right there at the bottom. Please make it make sense, please, because there are laws that govern the executives. You don't just come to a company as a minister and just go straight into a staff member. Make it make sense, please, because to me, that does not make sense, except if the presidency themselves are involved into corruption with that same Lone Rock construction company. It doesn't make sense. There's no presidency that can force their ministers to break the law. Number two, DA didn't even bother by at least to say, okay, guys, that the Macpherson issue has been brought to our attention. So we will investigate the issue and compile all the facts. And of course, we will then do a media briefing shortly to report back to you guys as to what has actually transpired and what is the DA standpoint in all this. No, the DA just shouted from the distance that no, Macpherson hasn't done anything wrong. He was doing his work. In fact, this is just a smear campaign from EFF. And guys, bravo to EFF for exposing this. And remember, the EFF has opened the case on this one. Great job. Definitely the case should be opened. Okay, guys, let me read you Macpherson's email he wrote to that IDT junior staff member, and be the judge and make your own mind what to think about this letter. Good day, Lynette. You would appreciate that I don't normally get involved in matters like this. That already tells you that Macpherson knew that what he was doing was wrong already. Then he says, okay, you'll appreciate that I don't normally get involved in matters like this, but it appears that commitment has not been executed and now I'm being dragged into this matter. Can I please receive an urgent report on why IDT has not done this and resolve this matter despite assuring that this will be done? Regards, Macpherson, Minister. Guys, when you read this email, my conclusion, he knew what he was doing was wrong.
We have opened a case at the Pretoria Central Station, at the police station there, against the Minister of Public Works, that we believe that is involved in corruption. Because the Minister of Public Works, he wrote a letter. Remember, he is executive authority. So under him, you still got the accounting authority, which is the DG at Public Works level. Then we've got entities, which part of those entities is IDT. That has got a board, it's got management, which is from a CEO to a CFO. Yeah. Because he's involved in corruption with a construction company called Lone Rock. He abandoned his all these structures that he's supposed to be communicating with as he's doing oversight on this entity. And then he wrote a letter to a staff member who's junior head of programs demanding payment of a company that is doing work with IDT.
Yeah.
So clearly it shows that you've got a minister who has abandoned his executive ethics code. He has abandoned everything else. He's involved in personal collection of monies that are owed to one specific construction company.
Yeah.
This construction company that has been given this project that moved from 164 million in 2019. Today we are sitting at 210 million. So you can see that this is a company that has been there and stealing money from IDT, and it got involved, and that's why I went to lay a charge that the police must investigate the matter, because it was brought to us by the staff at IDT to say, here is a minister. There are different channels and levels that he could have communicated that, and then we can be able to respond. But he came demanding this, and he confirms it in the letter that he's not supposed to do that, but because of the pressure of whatever corruption is involved with, that's why he abandons every protocol, every governance structure that has been put there to look over those entities, and it goes directly to be the collector of money on behalf of the one specific construction company with an ITT that is operating all over the country with many service providers that are working there, but he's just working for one specific construction company.
All right, so let's deal with some of what is a letter that you say he confirms it.
Yes.
This is a response from his office. The spokesperson here of the minister is James de Villiers, and this is what he says. The issue of repeated non-payment by the IDT for services rendered by Lone Rock Construction was raised to the minister by the head of Project Management Office, and the name is mentioned there, Rudy Dix, who is from the presidency. This was in October of 2024. Lynette Barnes was indicated as the contact person at the IDT by Mr. Dix. Does that make sense to you, perhaps, as to the pressure, first of all, that clearly had been weighing on the minister's shoulders, that there is a message now from the Project Management Office within the presidency, and the name of the individual is mentioned there? Does that sway you in any way?
No, Chloe, it doesn't at all. Remember, he is a minister, and his duties and roles are outlined there, that he's executive authority. It's not accounting. So even if there was a letter from presidents, which is the same grouping of corrupt individuals, even if that letter comes, there's no justification of why he would leave the DG, who's an accounting, to say, DG, my mandate does not talk to the issues of financial and operational responsibilities. I don't have that mandate. You are the DG of Public Works. Please go and attend to this matter. Even when you get to IDT, you still get the executive at IDT. It doesn't call the CEO. It doesn't call the CFO. It goes straight to this individual, who's a junior staff member, to go and put pressure that I need to collect money on behalf of this construction company. So you cannot escape that. It doesn't matter what pressure you're getting. As the head of that institution, there are protocols, there are governance structures that have been put in place by FMA, and all other structures that says, this is how we're going to conduct yourself. That excuse is an excuse that we've been hearing from all the corrupt individuals that have been arrested, that have been found wanting, that are running departments, and say there was a pressure. Others, they even say, no, I had to sign a contract on top of a boot, making an excuse. This cannot fly. That's why we've opened the case and even taking this matter to the public protector.
Yeah. What shocked me out of my boots in all these guys was the DA's response. Yeah, that was mind-boggling. Defending Macpherson with everything they have. Shouting from a distance that, no, the minister is innocent, without even doing a proper investigation to see what really has transpired. Not even a promise to say, no, look, let us investigate. And of course, we'll compile a report and we'll come back to you guys. We'll do media briefing and of course, report back to you guys. Nothing of such from DA. They just stood their ground and defended Macpherson's. Anyway, let me hear your comment below, guys, and tell me what you think. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe